Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy.
You are listening to Phantasm Podcast.
Hey, this is Trevor Sternad.
Ryan H. back from the Black Dahlia murder.
Tom Gabriel Warrior. Derek Green from Simple Tour.
Ross Dolan from Immolation.
This is Anthony Michael.
We are Gorgasm.
This is from Crater.
This is Ernie C. of Body Count.
Terrence from Suffocation.
Phantasm Podcast.
Join your host Corey Gorchrist and Dr. Vincent West for exclusive interviews with the sickest bands in metal and more. Head over to cultopphantasm.com, the only gravesite for all things horror and death metal. No filler, all killer. Now please welcome our guest of honor.
Hello, this is Peter from Vader. You're listening to Phantasm Podcast. Gates went open in time before the time that winds ruled by all forms of life. The reaches, things, matrix of the matter, so audience generated like a plague. Those mutants concentrated.
Welcome, fuckers up, and welcome to Phantasm Podcast. I'm Corey Gorchrist. With me, from his lab, Dr. Vincent West.
Hello, my friend. How are you? Hello, folks out there living in social distancing land.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
We are social distancing, still doing this podcast for you. And, Doctor, what film do we have for him?
I want to actually thank you for this because this was a really good idea. We are watching Slumber Party Massacre 2.
Catch the stars with Embassy. If you saw Slumber Party Massacre, you'll never forget the Driller Killer. Courtney won't. She survived. The good news is she knows he's dead. The bad news is she thinks he's back.
He's dead.
Reincarnated just in time for Halloween comes Slumber Party Massacre 2.
I'm home.
And the party won't begin until the lights go out.
Now it's time for the fun part.
With blood-curdling realism from the special effects team who gave us The Thing and House.
It hurts like hell. Sally!
A terrifying cross between Nightmare on Elm Street and Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Does this look like a dream to you? Does it?
And to celebrate the release of Slumber Party Massacre 2, Embassy is offering Slumber Party Massacre 1 at the newly reduced price of just $19.95. So have a petrifyingly profitable Halloween. Warehouse ship date October 21st.
1987, been a few years since I've seen this film, produced by Roger Corman, which is awesome. We are conducting this on the Tubi app, which is pretty cool. If you guys want to follow along with us, you can get it for free on your gaming devices or whatever you stream on. You can get this for free. You could even do it on your phone if you like. So,
Or cable like I'm doing.
yeah, we're on your TV. That's a free television app. So, I mean, however you guys want to do it. Tubi has a lot of really good horror movies and a lot of choice cuts from our Phantasm Vault. Usually the Doctor picks out himself.
Every time this movie for the Scream I do on the Scream Factory, Slumber Party Massacre / Slumber Party Massacre 2 and 3 double feature that's out of print going for like $200, but
due to the coronavirus, it was going to be easier to just use our friend Tubi tonight. So.
Yep. And right now, this chick is dreaming of some.
That guy with the football looks like Jim Carrey's brother.
It's a shirtless football player, and she's about to.
Like Jim Carrey's brother.
Is she about to? Is she about to jam her clam? Nope. There's a bunch of dead shit. She's
all of a sudden it turns into a Italian horror film.
just in no time. That's fucking awesome.
Oh, apparently I've got volume on this, and I didn't even have any volume.
This movie goes right off with that, and unexpectedly. Written and directed by Deborah Brock. Don't know what else she's done. I don't think she's done anything else. No idea. Got Kimberly MacArthur in it. She was a Playmate of the Month in the 1982 issue. She was a Magnum PI in Highway to Heaven. What else?
The chick right there? I mean, not the mom, but the...
No, I believe that is Crystal Bernard.
Okay.
Crystal Bernard was in the show Wings. She was...
That's where I know her. Okay, gotcha.
She was Helen Hackett, or whatever. And a singer. She was a singer then.
Nice.
Let's see little tidbits about this. On a budget of $500,000, it grossed $1.3 million, so it did make its money back. Despite a largely negative reception, it failed to attract a small cult following of the fan slasher genre. It's filmed in L.A. under the working title "Don't Let Go." Let's see. Yeah, pretty much it. It was released to film on a double feature DVD alongside the original in 2003. 2010 is when Shout Factory released it. All three of them on that DVD set, and then they put it on Blu-ray as a double feature.
Nice.
The Shout Factory release included an extended unrated version never before seen on home video. It was pieced together using 3 different sources by the editor-director Dustin Ferguson. Cool. Leonard Claddy of the Los Angeles Times compared the film's supernatural elements to A Nightmare on Elm Street, adding writer-director Deborah Brock simply fails to give her film style or wit. The grisly shenanigans are as insane and illogical as the rationale behind making this effort. They were awarded 2 out of 4 stars, noting that it follows in the vaguely feminist tradition of the first film, and the Rockabilly Killer is probably the most entertaining slasher ever to grace the screen, sort of like Elvis playing Norman Bates, complete with musical numbers. In the Gorehound's Guide to Splatter Films of the 1980s, Scott Aaron Stein writes, "You can't get much more an insufferable viewing experience than the slasher flick cum musical." That's why I love this film. If it's negative press, then it's a good horror movie. If they say it's really good, then it probably sucks. So, just full disclaimer on that one. Doctor, you said you had an interesting story to tell me.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a little while. I'm going to kind of save that for a minute. It's
when you want to get Chuck queued up and we do the altering.
Well, what I wanted to actually say real quick that I thought was interesting was Jesus, that's fucking amazing.
Doctor.
So I just wanted to do a quick shout out to Fright Rags. I actually bought some of these Slumber Party Master shirts recently.
Yeah?
Yep, got some extra bread from old B. Trump. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
And picked up some shirts, but I picked up a couple of these shirts, and they're really cool. I haven't bought anything from Fright Rags in a long time, and I apologize for that. Ben, our owner of Fright Rags here, we sort of know him, but anyway, it's a pointless name drop. Anyway, got some stuff from him, so I bought some, and you guys can pick that stuff up there if you're just feeling festive during this, and you got some Donald Trump money burning a hole in your pocket. Hop on over to the Fright Rags website, and you can actually grab you some Slumber Party Master Part 1, 2 swag.
Yeah.
Like I did. And
yeah, help these people out.
Funny, I used to did not really like the first film, but I've always liked the second and third one, but the first one's kind of grown on me, and the Still, what the Scream Factory put out, I picked up back at the beginning of the year. It's really cool.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's fun slasher stuff. Are they great? No, they're not, but they're effective for what they are, and I like them.
Oh, yeah. And they put out recently Joe Bob Briggs action figure. Those are sold out. There's 1,000 of them, and they're gone. They do have some shirts, I think, still. Yeah, it's pretty badass. It comes with, like, the little...
Put that out?
Fright rags.
Oh, that's cool as shit.
And it had a little beer bottle accessory and a, like a little...
Wait a minute. Yeah, I think I put it on the page, or you did, or we both did, or something. I don't know.
Yeah. No, they have some shirts still, too, so that's cool.
Nice. Go support Joe Bob.
Definitely. Yeah, and also he's got some more Last Drive-In things coming duly, in due time for Shudder, and by the time you hear this, will probably already be out, so go give them a shout and watch the new season of Last Drive-In. So I don't know if they're doing a full-on season or this is a new special. We'll figure that out, but yeah, get your Shudder on and watch. That's another place to find good horror movies, so go on there.
Okay, so I saw a bunch of chicks. I'm going to go ahead and tell my story. So I was out getting some groceries earlier.
Uh-huh.
And this is the interesting thing, because I've already jacked off today.
You're getting you some num-nums?
I've already whacked it, so I don't know why this affected me the way that it did.
I don't like to leave the house if I don't whack it. I have to, whack it before I leave the house.
Right. I mean, unless you have a date, and it's obviously you want to go with a loaded gun instead of an unloaded. But anyway,
right.
I just wanted to share this real quick and praise this girl for doing this. So the sun is just beaming down in this parking lot, and there's this girl, probably, I don't know how old. She was young, younger.
Yeah.
We're gonna just assume she's in her 20s. I don't know, but anyway, she had really tight, amazing see-through black spandex on.
Yep, that's the Doctor Special.
And the way the sun hit it, she had to bend over to get something, and she granny bent over like a granny ball.
Like a white snake video.
No, like a granny ball, majorly just bent over, majorly. Huh. And the way the sun was hitting it, no undies, G-string. I could see that little where that little pink asshole was, and that little lips. I mean, seriously, I was right in front of her when she did it. I about seriously fucking died. It was incredible, and all I could think was, my God, because, and I want to talk about this because it's important, folks. You got to wear your mask in public. I wanted to wear her ass as my mask. So, the whole thing, just lips and asshole, and let's do it all.
Yep.
And then I'll fuck them all. And then it's a Dr. West Metallica song, fuck them all. But anyway,
yep.
Lick them all, eat them all. But yeah, it was impressive. Very attractive. And that girl works out, and she deserves that shout out. You mystery girl in black spandex at Target.
Yep. Target's a good place for that.
Women walk in Target.
Yeah, Target's a pretty good place.
But don't worry, we got any female listeners out there and you do go into Target, don't worry about me. I'm just in my car wearing a ski mask masturbating. You're good.
What's that?
Good. I'm taking some high-res photos with my camera. You're good.
You might have to worry about Wheelchair Fucker because he does have his public masturbator trench coat on.
Right. Or alternate universe Wheelchair Fucker, which is even more dangerous, which is Death Diggler.
It's Death Diggler.
Alternate universe, like the Super Friends episode from the early 80s that I watched as a kid, where there was alternate universe Justice League. That is where Death Diggler is from. That's Wheelchair Fucker's counterpart in an alternate universe, and he's deaf, but he's hung and he fucks chicks, and he's like a mute, so when he fucks him, he's like... That's another thing to look out there for, and he's kind of scary.
Yeah. Especially with the...
But anyway.
But no,
that chick was amazing. Very attractive. And, some women, the way the spandex, you can't really see anything, and then others, it's like, wow, this is incredibly revealing. Like, she wanted people looking at her butt, because those things were hugging her fucking cheeks and asshole. I was just like, yes. But very, very nice of you there. And is she drinking Strawberry Quick? Because it looks like Strawberry Quick.
I think so. Whatever she was eating looked like fucking...
Strawberry Quick, if you guys don't know what that is the nastiest shit I've ever put in my mouth. Besides some of my ex's scooters. But anyway...
I don't know why she would even drink that anyway with her fucking, like, chili mac, whatever the fuck.
Maybe that's just milk and this is a bad print of the film, but it looks like Strawberry Quick. We're going to say that it's Strawberry Quick.
It was totally Strawberry Quick. And then she just dropped her plate like a dipshit.
Yeah. It happens.
But yeah, we'll round up Chuck real quick and we'll get to altering the future.
Altering the future!
Well, you know what Altering the Future is. If you guys haven't heard this by now, basically. Film was made in 1987, so we're going to cover other films that came out in 1987 and music that came out in 1987, and sometimes we also do adult film that came out in 1987, or sometimes we do TV shows.
If you're lucky, the doctor will give you that too.
Right, so we'll see how this goes. But in 1987, we've done it quite a few times on this podcast. We don't care. We do it every single episode, so that's how we roll.
I know, we never hold back, though.
Nope. Then we got Adventures in Babysitting. We got The Princess Bride. Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. We got Inner Space. We got Lethal Weapon. First Lethal Weapon.
With our boy in it.
Yep. We got Masters of the Universe. It's the last time we did this year, and it was with our boys Ross and Matt of Exhumed. Shout out to you guys. We love you.
Gentlemen.
Full Metal Jacket. The Untouchables. Raising Arizona. Spaceballs. It is weird. The Running Man. That's Doctor's favorite Arnold movie. Besides Conan the Destroyer is your other one.
Can you really get any better than Stephen King and Schwarzenegger? I mean, and you got Mick Fleetwood
it's fucking
as
awesome.
the resistance leader from Fleetwood Mac. It's pretty awesome.
The whole thing's amazing.
Frank Zappa's son. It's the shit.
Dakota
from goddamn Alien and fucking Live and Let Die. It's so good.
The whole thing's badass. Batteries Not Included.
Can't deal with it.
Harry and the Hendersons, which that Sasquatch in that movie scared the dog shit out of me when I was little, and I was already... It scared the shit.
Comment on that a second. I actually watched that during this lockdown thing. It's still kind of terrifying. I was a little tipsy, and I was just like, fuck that.
He's scary. And
He is kind of... I get it. He's kind of cute, I guess, or something.
No, he's not. He's fucking terrifying. Creepy. And by then I was watching, like, The Exorcist and Poltergeist. I was already watching horror movies when I saw that. And that movie scared the fucking dog shit out of me.
Can I be honest with you, though? All I could think about when I was watching Harry and the Hendersons recently, because I hadn't whacked it that day, was Harry fucking the kids and the mom.
You get Sasquatch.
With like a real low-hanging fucking monkey bag. And he drains his coconuts in the mom.
Yep.
I don't know.
Some fucking the furry version. Let's see, the Wishes of Eastwick. That's Tim Curry, correct?
It's like Nicholson movie, I think.
Yeah.
It's bad, isn't it? But it's pretty good. Because he fucks all the witches and gets them pregnant. Shit's great.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
What else we got? I'm trying not to get into the horror right away, and we'll keep on going for a minute. Fatal Attraction, it's Michael Douglas and Glenn Close. Got Dirty...
It's a fucked up movie.
It is fucked up. We got Dirty Dancing, great movie.
Love Patrick Swayze.
Yep, the OG Wall Street. La Bamba was huge. Remember that. Good Morning Vietnam. Rest in peace, Rob Williams.
That's a sad movie.
It is sad.
Actually.
3 Men and a Baby. One's weird.
I think as a kid, can't do it now.
Planes, Trains.
And every time anyone mentions that movie, I just think of the first Hangover movies. Like, it's got Tom Selleck, and then they're like, shut up, Alan.
Yeah. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah, but
Another one of your favorite movies, Over the Top.
We just talked about that.
I know, it's awesome.
Underrated. Granted, now look, it's a kid's movie. Don't go into it thinking that it's Cobra or First Blood. Or
no, but it's still badass.
It's a great fucking feel-good kids movie. I love it.
then we can jump to the horror, I guess we're at that point. Well, last one, we'll segue into its perfect segue to it. It'll be one of my favorite films, RoboCop. That one, 1987. And...
Now, I hope tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I have all the faith in the world in my amazing co-host, all the work he does for his podcast, the website. Big shout out to you. I love you. I hope you get my favorite movie of 87 on this. I think you will.
I think I will too. Let's see, we got a couple more on this. We got Revenge of the Nerds 2.
That's a fun movie.
It is Police Academy 4. And what was the other one?
From the Domino's commercial, of course, kids, you probably don't know that. It's Spoofing Risky Business because he was in that too, but
yeah.
He wears a shirt in Revenge of the Nerds 2 that's the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life, and I would actually pay Taylor Coach to wear the shirt at a convention. He just walks around. If you ever see this, and he's walking around, he's with us, you will know it's him because he's wearing a shirt that says, "Who farted?"
Yeah. That's a shirt I would wear.
And then later he's wearing a shirt that says, "Let's party naked."
Yeah. It's one. It's amazing. What else? We got The Living Daylights, old T-Dalt. Love it.
Dude, now look, a lot of people like License to Kill. That's my favorite of the two. I love that movie.
Oh, it's so good. We got Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Love it.
Love
it.
And then officially into horror now, after this last one, we have Predator, which we have done on here, believe it or not. Early days of Phantasm.
So fucking good, man.
Let's see. We're getting some horror. There's one.
Check out our review that Killer Coach and I did on.
Yes, the Predator game coming out.
Yep, that comes out Friday. This Friday. If you guys probably won't hear it till then, but it's out. It'll be out when you listen to this, so enjoy. Go buy it. It's a PlayStation and PC exclusive. Enjoy.
Oh, a few more real quick before horror. Still, sorry guys, we're keeping you hanging on it. We got Malone.
No,
that's
you're good.
Malone. That's Burt Reynolds. We got Hamburger Hill. Highlander 2. Wanted Dead or Alive with Rutger Hauer.
We almost did tonight.
We did. The Hidden. Death Wish 4. Charles Bronson's the shit. And this is one of your favorites. I don't think it's your all-time favorite of this year, but Dragnet.
It is such a...
Tom Hanks, Dan Aykroyd. Let's see, what else? If I'm missing anything. Before I move on again for the millionth time, I think that actually... Deathstalker 2. That's a good one.
Okay.
Alright. Deathstalker 2.
Oh.
Alright. Now, we will get to some horror movies for you guys, the moment you've all been waiting for. So, we got Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Dream Warriors. That's usually everyone's favorite. Mine's 2. I think The Doctor's is 2.
It is.
But 3
is good.
3 is great. It's the other one. Hellraiser.
Dude, I'm going to say a quick story about that. I've probably told this on the podcast before. I'm sorry. Just kind of feeling nostalgic tonight. This is our 4-year anniversary. I just want to share with everybody that I literally made the mistake one time of getting super high and trying to watch Hellraiser and had an anxiety attack. So, there you go. It's pretty effective. Thank you, Clyde Barker, for scaring the shit out of me.
Yeah, and thank you for being the shit when I met you, too. That was amazing. So, I actually know he's a cool guy. Cheers to him. Thank you. And back to this. We got Jaws the Revenge.
Turd.
We got... it is a steaming pile. We got Creepshow 2, which I love. I prefer that one.
Love.
We got Evil Dead 2, which I like better than the first one.
It's great. It's great.
Prince of Darkness.
Love it.
It's one of the best Carpenter movies. It's way better than The Thing, and like all his other movies.
Thank you for that.
The Gate, which has become one of my favorite movies over time. Absolutely love
and
it.
I just bought a shirt of that
Yep.
as well.
Yeah. Opera, which we talked about doing, or we will do that eventually, I'm sure.
You know, I've got it. I believe, and I'm going to going to go on a limb here. I'm pretty sure that's a Scorpion releasing thing.
It is. It is Scorpion. Oh, that's a nice blow-up doll on screen right now.
I'm a big, if y'all didn't know this, I'm a huge, Corey's more the Italian guy. I am a huge Dario Argento fan. It's generic to say that I am. I like him, and I like him a lot, so sorry about that. I keep...
Yeah, it's the tits. House 2, The Second Story.
Love it, and I own it.
Dolls.
Have we done that one?
We haven't done 2. We only did the first one.
We need to do that one.
We do. It's got Laura Parlinkin from Friday Part 7 on there. She's in that movie.
We do need to do that one.
Yeah, it's actually good. It's more of like a... Oh, Jonathan Stark's in it, too. He's that weird dude that lives with Jerry Dandridge in Fright Night.
Right.
That's a great movie, though. It's more of like a comedy, and I think it's around Christmas, if I'm not mistaken. It's like or Halloween. Actually, it's a Halloween movie.
I've got that arrow out of print thing.
Yeah, it's a Halloween one. It actually takes place during Halloween or something. Dolls, rest in peace, John Carl Buechler.
We've done that one.
We have. We did do that one.
Anybody that thinks we are fucking bandwagon jumpers, we are trendsetters, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah, we've been doing this. This is year number 4.
People steal from us all the time and don't give us any credit. You guys still promise to give us some street cred, people. Come on.
And they're watching rock and roll. They're watching rock and roll.
Mr. West, give us some street cred.
They're watching Rock and Roll High School. Back to Slumber Party Massacre 2 real quick.
I have that on Blu-ray.
Shout out to PJ Souls for being on the podcast a long time ago and being super sweet to me. And just being a wonderful person, and you are the shit.
She got your goats, too, Bob.
She sure did. And I have one of the only autographs I have hung up since I moved, changed headquarters, is a picture of her. She gave for me and signed for me. It said, "Totally awesome interview," so amazing, thank you. Again, shout out to you.
Last interview.
Yeah, huh?
I've been very nostalgic lately. Corey knows this, but just super quick, I've been super nostalgic. I've been going back and listening to stuff, and you guys should really listen to the Matty Road Red Rage episode. It's fun.
Still the best one. If we had like a gold album or like a single, that would be it for me. Like I listen to that all the time and laugh my ass off. It's just good. It's good. And in 2 days, today's 21st, will be the 23rd, will be our 4-year anniversary of Phantasm. So. Cheers to you, Doctor. I love you, and that we've done this for so fucking long. Most people wouldn't hold out. And
thank you, folks.
Ride or die.
The fans that supported us, thank you for us. We are still doing it, and we get ripped off a little bit, and we get some. I'll get to this later in the podcast. We get some trolls sometimes, but hey, it's just part of the deal. So.
Oh yeah. What else? We got Stage Fright, which we've done.
Dude, that's second director. That's the guy that did Cemetery.
Michael Sauvé. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, he's a badass.
Like an owl killer.
Yep. The Stepfather.
I like that. I have it. If you ever want to do it, I've actually got it on Blu-ray.
We should do it. It's a good one. We should do it for Father's Day. From a whisper to a scream. We got Return to Horror High.
I have that. It's out of print.
It is. Return to Horror High, Howling 3, The Marsupials.
Hold on a second. Howling 3 is so bad, ladies and gentlemen.
It's awful.
It is so fucking bad. It was shot in Toronto, and it's just nothing against Toronto. I was actually hatched there, but I'm just saying that it's really bad. It's a really bad fucking movie. I mean, it's bad.
Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are actually following along with the film on us, if not, at 25 minutes and 43 seconds, Mr. Skinless is here to tell you that there is some titty shots currently happening, so you're welcome for that. The Video Dead, Return to Salem's Lot. I didn't even know they made that.
I have that, actually.
Oof. What else? It's Alive 3, Island of the Alive.
Return to Salem's Lot, it's actually pretty cool.
Is it? Huh.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's Alive 3, Island...
87 one, that's a good movie.
Oh, yeah.
I'm assuming that's what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
That girl with her tits showing, I would fuck. Anyway,
Yeah, It's Alive 3, Island of the Alive. Creepazoids. There's Doom Asylum.
Creepazoids I have on Blu-ray.
Redneck Zombies, which I actually have on DVD. It is. It's funny.
I mean, it doesn't exist on Blu-ray. I wish it did.
No.
Creepazoids I have.
Yep. Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, which is an absolute turd, but it's so funny that it's worth having.
It's so awful, and the Blu-ray of it is amazing, and it's not the first one. The first one is the only one you really need to own. But
right. I haven't shown the second one, just how bad it is. Slaughterhouse.
Love that Blu-ray. Thank you for that. Got it for me at a con.
Sure did.
It's my favorite thing Vinegar Syndrome's ever put out. But they're about to put out Rad. And if I get that for my birthday, I'm going to shit.
Yep. Munchies.
That movie rules.
Rock and Roll Nightmare.
Munchies is actually out. Vinegar Syndrome put that out. I have that on Blu-ray.
They did. Rock and Roll Nightmare. Enigma, which is Fulci. Blood Rage, which is 1987, so there's that.
There you go, kids. Go check it out.
And then, let's see, Bad Taste.
You know what, man? Here's the thing. It's not. It is not. And I want to be real clear about this. We're going to stop on Bad Taste a second. I like Peter Jackson a lot. My favorite movie that he ever did, and this may surprise some people.
It was Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. It was his favorite.
It sure is.
You just loved it.
The Frighteners is so good.
That's my favorite.
But Dead or Alive, and I have it on Blu-ray, and it doesn't exist, is so good. And I watched those movies first, and then went back and tried to watch Bad Taste. It's fun for what it is, but man, you about have to be shit hammered to sit through it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever watched it sober.
Yeah, it's fun if you're fucked up. If you're not fucked up, that movie is painful to watch.
Yeah, it's just really... It's like
trying to watch a new Tremors film. Like, it's just painful.
Because, you know, Dead Alive came out in, what, like 92 or something? So it's a little bit... It's like the same... Or
right. It is, yeah. Dude, actually, I was a projectionist at a theater, Matt, R.I.P. We were working there together when we showed it, so we got to watch that in the fucking theater. And Crash, a few years later, by Cronenberg.
Yeah.
And lots of really cool movies, man. That were not popular, you know, until
right.
later, but yeah.
Well, yeah, Dead Alive was a lot wonkier. Like it had the same kind of style to it, but it was a lot better movie, and it had a better pace to it. It wasn't as slow and weird.
Dead Alive is just brutal. It's so good.
Yeah, it is good.
You know?
But let's see, last two, and I'm not sure which of these is. I'm gonna guess which one's your favorite out of these two, like the all-time. Because there's two left. I'm gonna do the second. You know, I'm gonna save the last one that I think is the right answer.
Well, before you say anything, you can actually do them together as number one and just say one is my favorite blank movie and the other is just my favorite movie of that year. Does that make sense what I just said?
Kind of.
One is my favorite blank movie, starts with a V, and the other is my favorite movie of that year. One is my favorite movie, the other is my favorite vampire movie.
I knew that one, but the other one you threw me off. So the other one's a regular movie.
Let me double check something real quick. Kids, I may have actually messed up Corridor Cross. We're getting ready to find out if I did or not.
Well, I'll just go ahead and say what I got here.
No. Don't say anything yet. Let me double check something to make sure that I didn't stick my foot in my mouth.
Second to last movie on the list. I know it's one of your all-time favorites, but not your favorite.
No. Okay, look. Here's the thing. This is real simple. There are two movies. One, I just told you what it was. The other is a slam dunk. You got me a shirt of this. I love it.
You there?
Do you want me to do it?
No. I want to try and guess it. But if it's not I got you a shirt of it?
You did. And it is one of the only things that I literally can put on And I, to this day, am like, this is my favorite fucking shirt. Ben, if you're listening out there from Fright Rag, it's my favorite shirt.
And this is the right one, then. Okay. So, Lost Boys is second to last. That's one of my favorite movies.
Best vampire movie ever fucking made.
It is. Hands down. Hands down.
Top Notch Half Steel comes in it, too.
No.
Lost Boys is so fucking good.
Lost Boys is the best, one of the best movies ever made. It's one of the best 80s movies ever made.
It's the fucking dude from fucking Thrash and the blonde vampire, not to be confused with fucking it's not Alex Winter, kids out there, it's the other dude, I can't think of his name right now, I fucking love that guy, and he was in Flash, and I love that guy. I love the Lost Boys. Kiefer Sutherland fucking rules.
Yes, he does.
I don't care if Joel Schumacher has sucked every dick in Hollywood and is gay and loves making bad Batman movies. I could care less who makes fucking Lost Boys. He can do whatever he wants. I do not care.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. So, the last one...
Real quick. CW, fuck you for canceling the Lost Boys show. I wanted it.
Yeah, I did too.
I wanted it.
And they need to make a hot, sexy print of Lost Boys and put it out. Somebody does.
Thank you, Screen Factory. Come on, because you're the one that wrote shit. No, come on.
Yeah, it's like, let's do it. Okay, so this is what your favorite movie of this year. 1987.
Oh, yeah. It's a slam dunk.
Monster Squad.
It's a touchdown.
Monster Squad.
Yes, sir. That is it.
That's it. That's what I had. That's what I had ready, but you kind of threw me off for a second. But I was like, that has to be it, because I mean, that's the OG.
You had it without me having to. There was no Tom Ford there, kids. If you're listening, he actually nailed it, and he should. He's my best friend, so but yeah.
It's always sold out, but I do want to get you the shirt if they have it before your birthday. I want to get you the Stephen King Rules shirt from that movie because they do sell it.
Well, here's the thing: if you can find it, Fat Rags made one.
Yeah, there's one that I've tried to look for it. There's a couple places that have them. They're probably not like Fright Rags quality, but they're still nice shirts that I've ordered from.
If you want to find one, they don't go for that much. I'm gonna say that's the dumbest thing that I did not buy from them. It just sold out so quick.
Yeah.
And I was not working at the time, but yeah,
It's funny.
Great movie, man. I saw that movie at the theater, and I'm gonna tell you something. It's on Amazon Prime right now, kids, and you can go watch it. It's free. It's fun. Give it a chance. Sit down with it, and I love it. I love that movie. It's so good. The guy that plays Dracula in it was fucking on a show called Wizards and Warriors, a live action nerd show that I watched as a child.
Yeah.
And I just love it. I love the movie. I love his dad. I hate that the year before we went to Horror Hound they had a reunion. I didn't get to go. I would have shit. That would have been fucking crazy. I wouldn't have even been able to probably handle it. I probably would have had to have been shit hammered just to deal with it. Because it's just, and it's not because those people are just normal people, nobody cares, but to me, that cast, it's such a great movie. Best thing Fred Decker ever did. I'm sorry. Night of the Creeps is not. It's Monster Squad, kids. You heard it here first. It is. It's the best. It rules. It's so fucking good. That movie is criminally good. It's so good.
No, it's great. It's like
I'm friends with Frankenstein on Facebook. It's the most amazing thing in the world when he added me.
The best way to describe the movie for anyone who's never seen or heard of it, it's like the monster version of the Goonies. That's all it is. And it's better than the Goonies. So...
Dude, when Mr. Noonan added me on Facebook, I was like, Frankenstein just fucking added me. From Monster Squad, plus he's also in Heat, which is another great movie. Anyway, but yeah. And actually, for a fun side note, we've never done this. I have this movie, but we've never done it for the podcast. Probably on God the Heathens, maybe, but yeah, he's the killer in Manhunter. So. He's doing a lot of shit. He's a great actor. I love that guy. I've never really got to talk to him, but I'm a big fan. And I love that fucking movie. So thank you, Corey. And now, I'm going to, because I blabbed so much, I'm actually going to pull up the music from 87, and I'll make this very brief, because we've talked so much.
Got an update on the film. Update on the film.
I feel really rude about this. We've got an interview coming for you guys here in a little bit. It is with Peter from Vader.
Oh, yeah, we didn't address the guest.
I interviewed that amazing gentleman live from Portland via Skype a little while back, and he's talking about their new album that comes out beginning of May, Nuclear Blast Records, and that will be later in this episode, and he's the driller killer in this movie. So.
Yeah, Peter the driller killer. These chicks are really hot in this movie. Like, hotter than chicks usually are in horror movies. Like, they're like... I mean, one of them was like a playmate or whatever.
Okay, here we go. You ready?
Yeah. Music, 1987. Dr. West. Phantasm Podcast.
I'm working on it. Hold on one sec. This won't shit the bed on me.
And also be sure to check out the first episode of House Calls with Dr. West while you're in quarantine. He talks to one of our new buddies, Killer Coach, which he's actually known for a long time, but the guy's so angry, we finally got him to calm down and do stuff for us, and he's going to be our video game reviewer. He's already got a couple. You can find that on cultopphantasm.com. Some articles he did. He talks about Predator, the Hunting Grounds game, and what's the other game that he reviewed? He reviewed
the Resident Evil 3 remake.
Resident Evil 3 remake. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what we got so far. You can check that out in there.
Okay, here we go. This is going to be really quick, kids. I don't have time to sit and talk about a lot of these, even though a lot of these albums are very important to me. We're going to start with Kiss Crazy Knots. Love that album. It's my favorite Kiss non-makeup album. I love it.
So good.
And I did something really funny that I want to share with everybody. As a child, I didn't realize wearing my aunt's Kiss shirt to school would be funny. But I accidentally wore her tank top to school, and the back of the shirt, because it was for chicks, said I went crazy with Kiss, so it looked like Kiss gangbanged a 7-year-old. So anyway.
They dressed you up, put makeup on you.
That is correct. So we're going to start off with that, and then Lion, Dangerous Attraction. Lion is the "Don't Tell Me to Stay" from Second Friday the 13th Part 4. So,
yep.
And I actually have that. Thank you, Rock Candy, for remastering that. Lost, one of my favorite bands. We could ever get Robbie Wallace on this podcast, I'm going to fucking have a heart attack and die. Live in the Raw.
Yeah.
From 1987, it's a great live album.
Sure.
It was from the Inside the Electric Circus tour, which I saw.
It's my favorite album.
Norway Hair Band, Tell No Tales, great album. Ozzy Osbourne tribute to Randy Rhoads, it's amazing. DRI crossover, Corey's favorite Celtic Frost album, Into the Pandemonium.
Thank you, sir.
I'm going to take a second on this one. Marty Friedman and Jason Becker.
Mm-hmm.
Cacophony.
Awesome.
Speed Metal Symphony.
It's good shit.
Amazing noodle order. Unbelievable.
Criminally underrated.
Look him up. He's an amazing. He has Lou Gehrig's disease. He's a very amazing human being. He
one of the greatest guitar players ever lived.
Yeah. Schizophrenia from Sepultura. So good. Terrible Certainty from Creator.
Amazing. Shout out to Millie. We love you.
We do. My favorite Exodus record, Pleasures of the Flesh. It's criminally underrated.
Yes, sir. It's a good one.
Raise Your Fist and Yell from Alice Cooper. Permanent Vacation from Aerosmith. It's my favorite Aerosmith record from the 80s.
That is good.
My favorite Armored Saint record, Raising Fear.
Good shit. Shout out to John Bush.
It is so fucking good.
Love you, sir.
So good. Shout out to Doro Pesh, Warlock, Triumph and Agony.
Love it.
Udo Dersteiger from Accept, Animal House, one of his early solo records. A shout out to the amazing gentleman that we saw fall a few years ago before he passed away, Motorhead, Rock and Roll.
Hell yeah.
With the late great Wurzel and Lemmy Kilmister, of course. Once Bitten, my favorite album from Great White. Saw that tour. Laugh If You Want, it's good shit. Dream Evil from Dio. Everybody knows I love that.
It's one of my favorites of his.
Visual Rise from Lizzie Borden.
Love it.
Great album.
Love it.
Shout out to that gentleman out in Las Vegas. Hope you're doing well, sir. the best Death Angel album, in my opinion, Ultraviolence. So good.
Oh, it's great. Thrash masterpiece.
Rocky the Hell from Grim Reaper, a little cheesy, still very classic,
that's good.
very good.
Grim Reaper's good.
Scum from Napalm Death.
Shout out to Barney and Shane. Hope you guys are doing well over there.
Nightfall from Candlemass.
Hell yeah.
And maybe, they'll all have to ask Corey. I might be interviewing someone from that band, maybe. I don't know. Am I? I don't know.
Maybe.
I think that's something he's working on. Anyway, kids,
I'm always working.
Persecution Mania from Sodom.
One of my favorites. Love it.
Under the Sun from Battery. Taking Over from Overkill. Great album.
Love it.
I know this band's cheesy, the next one I'm going to say, but I want to tell you how much I love this record. I would love to have these guys on. I was supposed to have had them on a while back, and some stuff came up. I did recently reach out to Joey and ask him if he would like to still come back on. So, a wonderful shout-out to Joey DeMeo and Man of War for Fighting the World from 1987, and I love that fucking record. Defender is the shit.
It is the shit.
Scream Ready Grow from the late, great Chuck Schuldiner from Florida. I love that. Great album.
Love you, Chuck.
So good. Sabotage Hall of the Mountain King. Shout out to Chris Olivia, one of my favorite guitar players that ever lived. Killed by a drunk driver in the 90s. Very sad. Amazing guitar player. Amazing record.
Yeah.
Sabotage Hall of the Mountain King. Among the Living from Anthrax. Killing Technology for Voivod. That's for you, Ross Sewage. Keeper of the Seven Keys for Corey Gorechrist.
Woo!
The Legacy from Testament. Thanks,
yes.
Eric Peterson. So we have something coming your way. I'm just working on how the fuck we're going to do it. And then last but not least, and this is the big shout out to all Corey's cronies that he saw him with, and Corey himself, and Wheelchair Fucker that took me to see him a couple of years ago. King Diamond, Abigail, what a great fucking album.
Oh yeah, baby.
And because you guys have been so good, I will do 5 porno films from 1987.
Let's do it. Let's hear some 87 pornos. Got some good ones. Late 80s is good-ass porn, man. That's when it gets, you got the Peter North and the Ron Jeremy shit. It's good stuff. Well, we have a good tub scene right here while we wait, where you got the blood coming out of the faucet here, in the tub. We got some good sick licks coming out of the guitar here. He's making all the blood pour out. It's pretty badass.
Okay, here we go. Got a little carried away a minute ago, but yeah. We've tried to get King Diamond on this podcast a bunch of times. It just never happened. It's very depressing.
I think one day it'll happen, because he's still got that album coming out. It might get pushed back now, but it's supposed to come out in the fall. He's a professional guy. He wanted to do something a lot closer to release when all the information's already kind of, somewhat out there. But it'll probably happen. Won't be. You guys just count your prayers, whatever you gotta do. And we will do it.
Give me 1 second here.
I don't know, having saw the blood, and then she's just kind of... She's not freaking out as much as she should be about it, I don't think. But, yeah, I was digging the sick licks. I really like that guitar. I think if a band is going to go straight, like, horror, but still be, like, hair metal shit, they should totally try and recreate the guitar in this film.
Kids, I cannot reveal my sources of this material, but I will now read to you some titles from 1987.
This is adult film right here. From the doctor.
Up first, The Load Warriors.
Oh, that's some Cuco Rancho. Jesus Christ.
That's from Caballero Video.
Sorry, this film just got really gross.
Let's see here. Love Lotion number 9.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Love Lotion number 9.
This one I have actually jacked off to in the last year.
So this is
and that is Ginger Snaps with Ginger Lynn.
Yep, that's a Dr. West mainstay.
Debbie Does Dishes Part 3. Boy Spoiling Desires.
That's pretty good.
$1 Million Screw. I've actually jacked off to that in the last 6 months. I actually have a copy of that. Let's see. Girl World 2, The Rising. It's a separate movie, The Rising. And let's see here. Flying High with Tracy Adams. And since you guys have been so good, I will give you one more big blast here. Battle of the Beast Women. It just looks like some kind of American Gladiator ripoff. The A's Have It. It's an anal movie. Who Came in the Back Door is really solid. And I haven't seen it, but I am going to try to pull a thing of it so I can whack it to it.
Who came in my back door?
But I will tell you this, that girl with the spandex at Target needed it in her back door. I can tell you that with my tongue and my wing.
Who came in her back door?
There was a show growing up, I have to mention this one because I just saw it. There was a show in the 80s that I used to watch as a kid called Falcon Crest. There's one on here called Falcon Breast.
Oh, shit.
A Little Dovetail. Dirty Pictures. Dirty Pictures actually looks pretty fucking hot.
Oh, it's
and ironically, there's one on here called Slumber Party.
Huh. Go figure.
Lethal Women instead of Lethal Weapon. Sex Beats Money.
Hell yeah.
And let's see here if I can find just one more really funny one. We have to end it with this. This is amazing. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, this is for you pervert motherfuckers out there, and hopefully some women that want to have sex with me. This is for you. It's Robin Hood from 1987. There you go.
Fuck.
And I'll tell you what, I was Robin Hood at Target earlier. Thank you.
Yep. Perfect.
There is a girl that works out where I live, like in her garage during this quarantine thing, and I want her to just work out on my face.
Yeah.
Grind it. Anyway, but yeah.
You need to.
Ladies, if you wear the spandex and you got the goods, I will eat that ass and pussy. Thank you, good night. You sit around like a fucking homeless slob, I'm not touching you. Thank you, good night.
Yep, it's
By the way, that drink that it just showed on TV, New York Seltzer, they sell that at Kroger.
Nice.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
But the doctor, if you want the doctor to actually, if you want to send him some pictures, be sure to to just put it on his door, and it has to be hands-free delivery. No contact delivery.
The only contact will be my tongue.
Especially if you're going to send him your used sweaty gym G-string, you just send it to him. Make sure it's no contact.
Thank you. Yeah, it'll just be worn as my surgical mask while I'm in the house whacking it. But yeah, I'm telling you, dude, there's some really good stuff in the 80s. I think people say it's overhyped. It really wasn't. There's just something magical about it. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was
cocaine.
I don't know. Yeah, something. I don't know. I was not a participant in that. I was too young, but yeah.
People were just going there. Good culture.
It is what it is. But yeah, I think, these movies, I'm not really sure why they went out of print so quick. Because you could get them both on the same Blu-ray, like 2 and 3. And, is 3 on Tubi as well?
I don't know. I didn't check on there.
Don't, because I will tell you this, kids, if you guys are listening, Corey, this is for you too. If you're watching this through like the streaming thing like I am, if you touch this, it will lose the place. And
yeah, you got to watch the whole fucking thing over if you back
that's
out.
Correct.
I've had it happen before. When I'm just like,
I'm not even touching this motherfucker.
Yeah. It's somebody's
Not
birthday.
even coming anywhere near close to touching this motherfucker. Anyway, but yeah. One of my favorite 80s movies is coming out from Vinegar Syndrome, and that is Rad. and it was directed by Hal Needham that directed Smokey and the Bandit, and it's a great fucking 80s movie if you like freestyle BMX. If you like any type of culture from the 80s, it's a great movie. I highly recommend it, and the soundtrack kicks ass too. It's really good.
Yeah.
And I wanted to share and thank the seller off Amazon for butt-fucking me on my copy of The Wizard from Shout Select. So I never got that, and I ordered it a month ago.
Wow.
So, and it says it's lost in the mail, which is fantastic. I want to thank the U.S. Postal Service for that. And, yeah, some real exciting shit. Thank you so much for sodomizing my purchase. Appreciate it.
Well, while we're on the subject of telling people to fuck off, I guess now we did Season's Beatings last time. We can do a little, I don't know.
Here's the thing. I'm not even going to glorify this asshole, but I just want to...
We got to come up with a good name for it, though. We had the Season's Beatings. What's a good little name for this? For the social distancing, coronavirus, pandemic name we can give it. Because it is a special time, you know.
How about the Coven Cutthroat, the fucking
COVID Mania, or Pandamania, something like that. Doesn't matter. We're going to tell some people to fuck off while we have the, while we're doing it, so...
Here's the thing. If you... I'm not going to glorify this guy, because that's all it's going to do. I was originally just going to completely call him out, but here's the thing. If you get on our page, and you are literally where you have to block the mediators of the page to make a comment, it's like, you don't need to be on there, man. Go somewhere else. Troll somebody else. Go troll a sports page. Go troll somebody else, because those people will fight you. So just go somewhere else, because if you... it's like, and I don't know a lot about this app, but, it's like everybody thinks they can, because they have the internet, they have an opinion. It's like, you really don't. And, what we're trying to do, we're not getting paid. What we're trying to do is just be creative and do our thing, and hopefully we entertain people. If you have nothing better to do than to get on, and correct a post that I or Corey make about something, or Future Paul, or whatever, you don't need to be doing it. Don't do it. Just, when you start thinking about doing it, just don't do it, because I've been really cool about it lately, but I'm not going to be cool about it anymore. If you do it, you're done. Goodbye. You're banned. You're done. You're history. So, if I see it, don't fucking do it. You can think about doing it, just don't do it. Just don't do it. We want to hear opinions. We want to hear what you think. You don't have to agree with us. But attacking someone, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, And this same asshole attacked the fucking guitar player from Mayhem on our page. It's fucking stupid, man. I'm sick of this shit. It's like, I don't want to deal with it anymore. It's like, you have nothing better to do, and we share stuff that we see. Is it always right? I mean, I have no idea. We don't have time to fucking research every fucking thing we share, so if it's wrong, sorry,
Yeah, I mean, we do what we do, and usually 9 times out of 10, it's just from other sources. Not like we post shit, and if we do,
it's not like I'm right, exactly. But
somebody's business to correct anything anyway.
And I will say this: if you have nothing better to do than sit and smoke a bong and wear your Jungle Lot hoodie and act like you're hot shit in your fucking basement, and that's nothing against Jungle Lot, but I'm glad he gave y'all some money, but this guy's a fucking piece of shit, If you got nothing better to do, and you literally had to block us so we couldn't see your comments so you can act like you're king shit, you're a fucking cunt. So there. That's all you get, Jack. Anything you'd like to add to that?
All I can really just say is, you don't gotta be a fucking dick. And correct things. If you want to have the right answers, or you want to express your opinion, all you really have to do is make your own podcast and have your own Facebook for it, and just leave our shit alone, and leave our fans alone, leave our guests alone, especially. Now,
leave our fucking guests alone.
If you want to have actual problems with Phantasm, if you want to make us mad, you want to mostly make the Doctor mad. Which, if I get mad, I'm pretty diplomatic. If you make the Doctor mad, I'm just gonna let you wonder about what happens when you do that. But all I'm saying is, Big thing, you can talk shit. Do not talk shit about our guests or to our guests, because you will. The doctor will be paying you a visit, so.
It's a bad idea.
But there's no reason for it. If you guys are on our podcast, you're fans of our shit, then just be fans. You don't have to,
Have fun. Talk to us. Interact. That's fine. But I'm not going to be.
I don't mind opinions from people where they think, oh, I actually prefer this.
The fact that he went through the trouble to block it to where we could not see, and he's talking shit, trying to show his ass in front of our audience. It's like, dude, fuck off, man.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. It's stupid. Anyway, we're not going to waste any more time on him. We're having fun tonight.
We're having fun.
That motherfucker.
Fuck that dude. That's it.
LaDouche. You know who you are, LaDouche. LaDouche.
Yep, he's a LaDouche.
I'm a LaDouche, eh? I'm a LaDouche, eh? Anyway, but yeah. I wanted to mention this because I thought this was really cool. I saw that Stephen King has a new book coming out.
Yeah.
I think it's called like If It Bleeds, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, something like that.
So I thought that was cool. Just going to give a shout out to him. I can't believe he's still doing shit at his age. I fucking love that guy. That guy's a true inspiration.
True master of horror.
And the guests that I would kill to have on this podcast. What an amazing conversation that would be, us talking to Stephen King. And here's another thing, too. People can, and I'm not going to get too far into this, but people can, remake and reboot and do all this stuff and his and everything else. But it's like, he's still the man, Yeah. Like, he's like, whatever. You want to do that, whatever. It's like all these people I see always talking shit about Maximum Overdrive online. I'm like, whatever, man, that movie fucking rules.
It's one of the best Stephen King movies. Amelia Estevez.
I love that it was shot in the South. I love that the entire soundtrack is AC/DC. I love every fucking thing about that movie.
It's perfect movie. It's just great.
And another question I want to just throw out there, because I honestly don't know the answer to it, and I just want to, I'm actually trying to, our buddy, forgive me for not remembering his name, we have a friend over at MVD Video that's come on the podcast a couple times. I don't know if we ever put this up or not, which is another, sorry dude if we didn't.
We did, anyway, he was on one of the episodes we did, because he called in during one.
Oh, yeah, that's right, he did. But either way, but my point is, I don't know what's going on with that Vestron Collector series. I don't know if it's toast, or it's not toast, or...
I'm assuming it is, because they haven't released anything in like 6 months.
It's been longer than that.
Because it was like a year ago.
That Maximum Overdrive was 2018, baby.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it would appear, and I'm not trying to panic everybody out there, but if you're a collector like I am, I have everything, you probably ought to start buying that shit up, because I think it's toast.
Even if you don't, I mean, something like Maximum Overdrive, you need to get that.
Which is a shame, though. That whole line, I mean, honestly, I love having all that shit. It's all just some oddball shit.
Yeah, it's all like really essential.
The catalog's better than half the shit Arrow's put up in the past 3 years.
It's all essential shit, too. Like, you have Chopping Mall, and you have Beyond Reanimator, Return of the Living Dead 3, which is one of my favorite horror movies, and Maximum Overdrive. It's awesome. So there's killer titles of that American Gothic movie that, What's that Jeffrey Combs movie that you got?
Oh, Dagon.
Yeah, that movie's awesome, too.
That's a Stuart Gordon movie.
Yep, Stuart Gordon. And stuff like that. I mean, I love it. I wanted him to keep doing it, because it was such a cool line to, like, go back to.
Here's the thing, though, man. You know what's morbid about it? I was thinking about this the other day, talking about our anniversary. Dude, I remember you getting, and me getting some of those titles over there at that FYE that went out of business in that fucking mall.
Yeah. Sure did.
That's been a minute. It doesn't seem like it, but that's been a minute. And it's just like, damn, where did the time go,
Yeah.
Sometimes it seems like time's not going quick enough. Other times it's just like, shit, how the hell is it,
How did we get here?
May 2020, but...
Another cool...
Yeah,
Another cool Fright Rags thing, while I'm thinking about it, that's coming out. It'll be out by the time you hear this, I'm sure, but they are doing some Shocker merch. They got some badass Shocker shirts.
Really?
Probably end up getting one. It looks similar to like the Hellraiser one I have, where it's kind of like it's got like Horace Pinker on it, and it's like a circular kind of print to it, but it's black. It is sick. You need to go look at it.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now. It's actually ridiculous.
That first one, that's the one I want. The one with Horace on it, the very first one.
I'm looking at kids because I got my horror show shirt. I've ever told you that I came in and bought that anyway, but yeah, I love that horror show movie. Which, horror show, if you guys don't know what that is, that's the movie Brian James, most famous for probably Blade Runner.
Yep.
He's like, I'll tell you about my mother, and he kills the dude at the beginning of the film. Anyway, he's also in Tango and Cash, he's been in a bunch of stuff, but he's in Horror Show, and Sean Cunningham was behind Horror Show, and Horror Show, for Friday 13th, if you don't know that, I'm sure y'all do. Anyway, so Horror Show and Shocker, I saw them both at the theater, and there's always been kind of an argument, who stole from who? Did Sean Cunningham steal from Wes Craven? Did Wes Craven steal from Sean Cunningham? Not really sure. I don't actually know the story of that. Maybe we'll have Sean on sometime, we can ask him, but that would be rad. But yeah, both good movies. I love Shocker. Have we done Shocker?
Yes, we did.
Have we done Horror Show?
We have not.
We need to do that. Now, here's the interesting thing about Horror Show. For our European fans out there, I know you're probably chomping at the bit for me to say this, but anyway, Horror Show is actually House 3 in Europe.
Huh.
Even though it has nothing to fucking do with those movies.
Right.
Not that I'm aware of anywhere. I believe it's just a distribution thing. However, I don't know that because I did not direct it. But anyway, yeah.
But
this guy dancing around his guitar. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, this movie's really cheesy, but it's awesome.
No, it's great. It really is great. You know that guitar looks like something that Chuck should have had on stage.
I know, it's badass.
It really does. It looks like something Chuck should have, or realistically, maybe even Blackie Lawless or Chris Holmes and Wasp should have had it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
To make it really old school. I'll be honest with you, I would kill to have that fucking thing.
Oh, me too. That's what I'm saying. If you want to, like, really be, like, a niche, like, horror, like, metal band or something, you have that guitar. Oh, probably. I was going to say a shout out to him, because last time we saw him at Horror Hound, he had that Stephen King Rules shirt on, which is hilarious. But he had that shirt.
Yeah, because it's fucking, it's...
But as far as this Friday, the Shocker shirts, they also have a Pinkers TV repair shirt, which is fucking raunchy as fuck. The coolest thing that I actually would be the first time me buying this kind of thing from Fright Rags. I've always wanted to. But this is the first thing where I'm just like, I'm going to buy those before I buy the shirt, and that's those Shocker socks, baby. Those things are fucking rad.
That's awesome.
They're cool as shit looking. But that shirt's badass. I gotta have it. Cause that's probably, honestly...
My favorite socks they ever made, you can guess what these are. My favorite socks they ever made there are the little Chucky legs.
Yeah, the Chucky ones are great, too. But I will say, I probably...
What if you watch that fucking guy playing lead?
Yeah, besides the obvious, like, Freddy's Revenge would be... I'd say my favorite Wes Craven's probably Shocker. I absolutely love that movie. It's amazing.
Can you guess mine?
Besides Nightmare on Elm Street shit. I already know that. Your favorite...
He only did the first one. That's technically in the sixth and seventh one. So it's none of those.
Well... I already know the answer to that. Scream. Scream is your favorite.
Pull up the filmography. I'll let you get a cheat sheet and you can just pick away.
Scream. It's I already know the answer. You love Scream. It's your favorite.
Oh, yeah. That's wrong.
I just always draw a blank on his filmography. Hang on. I'm going to pull it up.
I can tell you what it is if you don't want to go through the trouble of it.
No, I'm going to go through the trouble. Give me a second. Let me see.
Why
didn't I even think of that? Why didn't I even think of that?
The number 2 and then the number 1. You get 2 guesses because my second favorite thing that he did is really weird. So,
The Hills Have Eyes is one for sure.
It is. That's correct.
I didn't even think of that. And I'm gonna say, since you said it was weird, well, Swamp Thing.
thing I didn't think about. Swamp Thing will just make number 3. So go ahead.
Okay.
And guess the weird one.
Deadly Blessing.
No, but I do own it, and I really do like that. And by the way, the Sean Clark interview that he did with Wes is one of the last things Wes recorded.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Actually, the commentary track on that is dope. But
well, let's see. Vampire in Brooklyn.
No. I do like that movie, but no.
It is good. Well, then it has to be Last House on the Left.
Nope, Serpent and the Rainbow.
Really? I didn't know you liked that movie.
Yeah, I've got the collector's edition of it.
I didn't know you actually liked it. I thought you, for some reason, just didn't like
It
it.
actually freaks me out. It's fucked up. I saw that with Matt. We were really stoned, and yeah, it's really good.
Now, you could...
Listen, is it something that I would consider horror? No. I consider it a niche film, and I would never do it on this podcast.
It's a psycho thriller, more or less. I mean... now, you could include Dream Warriors, because he did write Dream Warriors. I said he did write Dream Warriors, so you could count that. Just didn't direct it. But
okay, right on.
1 and 3, and then New Nightmare. Now, there's one of his that...
I thought he not direct 6. I thought he did 6.
I guess not. He did New Nightmare. I know that one, because that's like the next one
Well,
he did.
he wrote 6. He had something to do with 6.
I think he just produced it.
Huh.
But one, and this was always like a weird thing, and I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but you know, my mom knew I watched horror movies all the fucking time. Or maybe she didn't, because she was never home, because she worked, so I watched horror movies deliberately on my own all the time. I was always watching shit up late. But she had to have known. But either way, one day she went to Blockbuster and rented a VHS, and I was like, you know, she always rented stuff and I could come in there and watch it. She never rented something I couldn't watch. Even though she showed me George Carlin, Pulp Fiction, Exorcist, I mean, she showed me all that shit. But for some reason, The People Under the Stairs, she told me was too scary for me to watch. But she had never seen it before.
You told me this, yeah.
Yeah, it's really strange.
Weird about it.
So I didn't watch it for a long time. Not because of that, just because it was like one of those weird things. I was like, I just never was like, fucking, I'm going to watch it. And then I watched it, I think the first time I watched it, honestly, was, I don't know, it was some years ago, but I was not very...
I don't watch that movie.
It's bad. It's a terrible movie. It's cheesy,
I just don't watch
and it's
it.
not cheesy in a good way. It's cheesy in just a very...
I read him, you know, but
I do too, but that one, a lot of people, that's like a go-to for them, and I don't understand it, because it's just such a... I just don't understand why people like that. I don't even like it. Like, even for the nostalgic sense of, my mom was like, that was like the only movie she ever was like, no, this is way too scary for you, can't watch it. And then, like, seeing it, and I was like, do you know what we've watched The Exorcist, it's one of the scariest movies of all time, like, and all the movies we've seen, and like, that movie is not even a scary movie, it's fucking strange, but that's about it. You know.
Here's the thing with The Exorcist. You can tell, and this is what I tell people about that movie. If you are even, and I want you guys to really hear me on this, because I'm not being stupid about this. I'm being dead serious about this. I can't watch that movie by myself, The Exorcist, and I'm going to tell you something about it.
I can't either.
There's something about the arcane with that movie. There's something that not even William Peter brought in, I guess him, but really Friedkin captured on that film that is absolutely just horrifying. I don't know how to describe it. But I'm going to tell you something, there's nothing comforting about that movie. I love that movie. I think that movie is straight up death metal, but there's something arcane about that movie.
Yeah. No, totally.
It's just... It's stepping into just weird shit. And you can tell even Max von Sydow's character was into some weird shit. It's just a weird fucking movie. And everybody thought, like, oh, there was a guy that I used to read DVD reviews of like 20 years ago when DVDs were first coming out, and he was always saying, oh, that movie's overrated. There's Warner Brothers beating their dead chest about The Exorcist. It's like, excuse me? That movie's still valid, I think. I'll defend that movie till I'm dead.
It's still one of the only, like, actually scary horror movies. Like, if you want to watch a real horror film.
It really is. You know, it's a weird mood. The mood, even the third one that we watched, is a weird movie.
Yeah, I mean it's good, and it's the vibe of it the whole time.
You were doing laundry when we watched the third one. I remember when it was cold outside, and it was just, if I'm not mistaken, it was even in December. It was just morbid. Every time I've watched those movies, when we've recorded, it's been cold outside and it's morbid.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. It's just weird.
Super weird.
But anyway, yeah, I'm sorry, I got you off track.
No, it's good, but either way, what I was saying about People Under Stairs, that's an overrated movie, because it's not good. You know, overrated movies are movies that are good, but they're not good.
That's fine, but for me personally, it doesn't do anything for me. I just think it's slow, and I fall asleep every time I try to watch it.
Yeah, it's just strange, and there's not enough stuff going on, and, you know, but an overrated movie, to me, anyway, is a movie that's good, but it's not that good. I mean, that is what an overrated movie is. The Exorcist isn't good. It's a masterpiece of a lot of things. Horror, cinema, everything. Directorial, like, cinematography, everything. It's a perfect movie, and it's one of the most effective movies ever made, as far as, you know, besides, like, I hold The Exorcist up there with, like, The Shining, movies like that. Those are rare masterpieces.
Sorority House Massacre is on here?
Oh, yeah.
That's what
they are.
To do that, and that's
it's a masterful movie. So people talk shit about it. You can if you want, but that movie's just and the history.
It's legit, man. That's a really legit movie, in my opinion.
Say Amityville Horror, the OG, that one too. That's another one. It's a great movie.
Dude, yeah, we've done that one, haven't we?
Nope, we've done 2.
And
we did 3, but we've never done the original.
We've done 2 and 3. That's what we've done. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, everybody's going to like what they like, and I'm not trying to force people like The Exorcist. I'm not trying to people like Exorcist 3, you know.
But you should respect The Exorcist. Respect The Exorcist, because...
Oh, man, it's so... But you know what, man? I had this discussion recently with somebody that, you know, they're... And I won't even say who it was, because it's somebody I really like, but, you know, he's just saying that Hitchcock stuff is overrated. It's really not. It's actually spot on, and it's legit.
It's perfect. He was the master of horror. Him... And Vincent Price shit. Like, that's all essential.
All that stuff, you gotta have that. If you're gonna delve into this stuff, you gotta delve into all.
How are you gonna shit on Hitchcock when he did Psycho and Vertigo and fucking, like, I don't understand. And The Birds, like, how do people consider that overrated? These are people that have probably never watched it, or that, you know, aren't even that big into any of that kind of stuff in the first place. But it's like, you don't get to, you know, do that shit. Oh, we got the film. The film has ended, folks. So if you guys weren't watching it, you were just listening to us ramble through it. You know, this movie's fun. It's gory as fuck.
You want to hit the obituary, gentlemen?
Yeah, it's very, for a horror movie. You know, there's, you know, not really much tits. The girls are hot in it. There's really, you gotta love that fucking guitar.
You gonna kick up the final thoughts before we start talking about it?
Yeah, I am. Sorry. Gotta get the Tardy brothers in here. Tardy with the sound. Final thoughts, and I will go rewind it. Yeah. Slumber Party Massacre 2. It's a great, like, rock and roll splatter flick. There aren't many of those. I know in the same year we had Rock and Roll Nightmare that came out too. And we got Trick or Treat. That's another great. That's probably my favorite out of, like, any of the rock and roll, like, horror movies. I mean, Trick or Treat's at the top right there. But
so good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have always liked that movie.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Everybody said it was weird that I wasn't into the first Slumber Party Massacre. I was more into the second and third one. I remember telling you when we did the first one. If you guys go listen to that episode, I was talking how I liked 2 and 3, and I couldn't get into the first one.
The second one's the best one. I mean, I love this one. It's.
I think the third one would be a riot to do because it's so bad.
I haven't seen that one, I don't think.
Oh, God, it's awful. It's amazing.
I don't know if I've seen 3. But 2, I love it. It's fun. It's wacky, but it's actually not that bad. Like, some parts are pretty cool in it, and I think it's not as goofy as it actually seems like it is when you first start watching it, but then, you know, there's pretty intense parts in it, and I think the guitars rad as fuck. I think the girls are hot. I think the kills are pretty neat. not the best horror movie in the world, but it's up there. I think it's worth having. I think it's just a fun film. So.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun watching that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I highly recommend it. It's good shit.
And if you guys want to,
guitar drill.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Is that supposed? I have a question though. I never knew this even as a kid. Is that supposed to be the same dude from the first one?
I don't think so.
Because he looks totally different.
Yeah, I think it's just some random dude. But
doesn't mean I don't like it. I'm not talking shit. I actually like it, but you know.
But I think yeah, if you guys want to watch it yourselves, if you don't have the Blu-rays and you don't collect them, then you can watch it for free on Tubi. You can get Tubi on Xbox, PS4, probably your computer, your smartphone, and you can also get it on your TV apps if you go to, if you have a smart TV or whatnot, or, it's on
Roku,
there. Yeah, Roku, it's on there.
Fire Stick, whatever.
Fire Stick, all that shit. Your fucking grandma's dildo, Bluetooth, whatever you want. Whatever you want, it's on there. That's how they get all the shit. But it's a free app. Actually, we didn't see any commercials, so that's good. They might not... Maybe because the movie wasn't long enough, I don't know. But I remember there being commercials.
I'm telling you, there's normally commercials.
Maybe it depends on what it is, or if the movie's long. Because I only remember it being like once or twice I had commercials show up. But on this, we didn't have any commercial interruptions, so that's good for you guys. You just had us talking through the whole film, but that's what you get when you come on Phantasm Podcast. So, yeah, to wrap it up, I guess, we appreciate you guys continuing to support us. We're going 4 years strong. We're going to keep on going. We hope everybody's safe, especially all our music friends around the world and fans alike that want to go to shows, all the bands that want to play shows, people losing money, all these venues losing money, all these bars losing money. It's rough, but I think it's going to be fine once we come out of it. If everybody just stays at home and listens to Phantasm, self-medicate, you don't go out unless you have to, wear your fucking mask, wear your neighbor's panties when you steal them from the gym, like the doctor does. Whatever you got to do, just be safe and be careful. Stay stocked on alcohol and, do the fucking thing.
And do not forget to check out our interview with Piotr from Vader. Solitude and Madness comes out May 2020 from Nuclear Blast Records. It's a great record.
It's raunchy.
You should check it out. It's really good. I love the artwork for it. The interview's really cool. It's always a pleasure getting to talk to that gentleman. I was excited to talk with him back when I did. I haven't talked with him since 2017, so it was really exciting to get to talk with him again. Glad he's doing well. Contrary to some people's beliefs, that band is not tired. They're actually amazing, and they're still amazing live. They're still amazing songwriters, and they're better than anything Behemoth's ever done. But anyway, I love Vader. True death metal, amazing Polish death metal. Love those guys. Peter's a great dude, and hopefully get to see them live again. Hopefully you guys got to see them on their tour before this corona shit hit. I did not. But hopefully I will get to see them again at some point in time. They're going to come over and finish touring that record, hopefully at some point. But anyway, who the hell knows what's going on with that? Anybody's going to be touring anywhere, so.
Yeah. Yeah, everything's in limbo. Most things have been pushed to next year, and, who knows how long it's going to be. But like I said, if everyone stays safe out there, we can make this happen a lot quicker. And don't be a dumbass and go out and do your thing. If you do, I don't really care what you do, but just stay the fuck home.
Try not to get people sick.
Be smart
about it. If you think you're sick, go to a doctor. There's free clinics seeing people. Go get checked out, and go home and sleep it out. A lot of people are surviving this shit. Other people are dying from it. Hopefully, you're one of the people that overcomes it. But just go home, try to stay chill, and if you do the social distancing, you're not going to get sick.
Yeah, it's a fun little exercise. Just don't fucking do it. If you think about it,
that's
just don't fucking do it.
I literally have hid from everybody, so.
Yeah. I have.
You can really do it this time, and.
It's like I haven't particularly.
You haven't been super Teddy Ruxpin. You've been mild Teddy Ruxpin, which is fine.
I haven't been physical. Well, I've been physical with a couple people, but I'm not saying anything about that. But as far as I haven't been doing social gatherings, and if I did, it's around people I was already around. before.
He socially gets his kosher deal. Thank you. Anyway. But that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
You gotta stay sane during these troubling times, and sometimes that's what you gotta do. So, but I haven't been hugging people and doing that kind of shit. Just a couple, and that was a different thing. But you know, it happens.
They had a vagina, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't figured that out.
But you know, they got the New York sausage. That's what they got. So
they did. They got the kosher deal.
Yeah.
It's good.
But yeah,
The deli deal.
we thank you guys for
Daily New York Daily Deli Deal.
We thank you guys for sticking with us for so long and for being safe and supporting death metal and supporting Vader and supporting horror movies and cool apps like Tubi and Shout Factory, Fright Rags, Joe Bob, all kinds of shit. Thank you for being awesome. And yeah, stay safe.
And thank you, guys. Thank you.
Stay safe. Be sure to check out House Calls with Dr. West while you're in quarantine. It's a lot of fun. Be on the lookout for Killer Coach's reviews, and you can hear his debut on the first episode of House Calls with Dr. West. And check out Piotr Paul. He's got a lot of reviews up as well on the website, and you can check out a lot of cool shit. The new Aborted's out, new Black Dahlia Murder, all kinds of shit that he reviewed recently. So hop on that. And yeah, we thank you guys so much. Stay safe, stay not sick, and stay fucking gory.
This is Dr. Vincent West, medical doctor, and my next guest needs no introduction. Their 16th album, Solitude and Madness, is going to be released May 1st on Nuclear Blast Records. With me today is Peter from Vader. How are you, sir?
Hello, everybody. And I think I'm in the same situation like all of us in the world now. So trying to understand the situation, stay home, work home now, pretty much grounded.
Right.
But that's the way, right? So we have to understand the situation just to get back on life sooner.
Yeah, and hopefully this stuff gets better sooner instead of later. I hope. It's a mess over here, so. All right, my friend. So track by track of the new album, track 1, Shock and Awe.
So that's the opening track and also the definition of the whole album. That's the reason why we choose this one as the first single, so released back in January this year. So why definition? Because it's typical for the album, and I think it's pretty much typical for Vader. It's a fast, short, blasting song. With an easy structure, with a song structure, and intensity. And Shock and Awe, speaking about like the furious attack, literally. So, shortly speaking, definition of Solitude and Madness in 2 and something minutes, and this is a typical Vader song.
It's a great opening track, and yeah, it was the first track I heard off the record. Absolutely smoking. It's a great tune. And then track 2, Into Oblivion.
Into Oblivion, the second one, also it's the second single we release tomorrow, by the way. Also, after years when we were not actually doing any video clips, we decided to make a picture for that one. And in January, when we were jamming in the city of Wrocław, right before the tour in US, by the way, we were working like 10-12 hours with the Grupa 13. It's a pretty famous team that was working with Creator, Behemoth before, professional, really, really great guys, like having great passion in like combining music and pictures and video. And this is a little bit different song, but still short and intense, and but a little bit different than the first, in the opening one, in the rhythm and the structure. There's like after the main, very intense and compressed part. It's this this part with the cuts in the melody,
right?
If I can say so. And the slow part in the middle, which is not all, of course, something extraordinary amongst all Vader tunes, but this is specific, like for that song, and it's kind of marching rhythm. And the song is about like vanishing, like a fading away. I'm talking globally about humanity as an entity. We're still thinking about what's going on, what's going to be after death. So this is kind of, shortly speaking, about that. What if there's nothing? And so the song is just make people thinking about this a little bit. Of course, nothing personal about like the personal religions or something, because everybody thinks in their own way about what's going on after, but this one is just a scenario. What if,
It's a great track, and that's I love it. I'm excited to check out the video and everything as well. Of course, we post that on our page. You guys will be able to see the video coming from Vader. And then track 3, Despair.
Despair is known already because we released that one on the EP The Messenger last year.
Right.
And actually this song was, of course, this is still a part of a new album. Just shortly speaking, we released The Messengers because we knew that the full-length album was going to be delayed pretty badly. So the part of those songs we decided to leave on the EP, but the rest is just still part of the new album. So Despair is one of those. It's a song we played it live, and this is one of those I really love to play, the same like Shock and Awe. And this is in the style of Shock and Awe. It's very short. It's one of the shortest songs ever released by Vader. It's got a minute and something, but as many fans noticed that it's maybe very short, but still a song, and there's still even a place for lead in that.
Yeah, it smokes. That one's fast.
I think the shortest explanation of intensity. The song since the beginning to the end, even with a place for leads.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a good one. And then track 4, Incineration of the Gods.
That's one of those the couple songs broke by Spider. So as he told me, he was inspired by early Vader works. So he tried to, because he knew that the new album was going to be a little bit set back to the times of albums like Litany, Black to the Blind. So he tried to find out the spirit in his own way, the spirit of old Vader, and create a song which, in his opinion, is kind of that. But of course, Spider is specific in the creation of song. He made quite many of them on the previous albums, so you can feel his style, especially in the part when they played with this with the chorus part. So this is typical Spider. It's kind of thrash metal feel in that, and of course leads and everything, that his world, and you can feel that one on the song.
Yeah.
And, the lyrics was written by Harry Mott. He's the author of a part of the whole creation of Solid Madness. The words. So this is one of those stories you can interpret it, of course, in your own way, but because it's not the song written by me, I really like to stay away about any details about the feelings. We get one main point, I can say generally about Solid Madness lyrics on Solid Madness and the whole Vader discography. So we tell stories, and some stories got backgrounds. There is sometimes some real stories behind it, but there are still tales. They're still written in this specific
Right, exactly.
So,
that's a kill.
Song, you know?
It's a great song, yeah. And then track 5, Sanctification Denied.
It's also a kind of the old-fashioned Vader song. You know, we did not play that kind of tune for years. That tempo kind of style. And this is the second Spider song, and also Harima's lyric. And speaking about like sacrification, you know.
Right.
And there's a part, you know, Harry actually, he loves that theme. He likes to talk about a religion that influenced humanity, not always in a good way. And this is one of those tracks, you know. Sanctification Denied, you know. That's pretty good explanation of what it's all about.
Oh, it's a killer track.
And it's rhythmic, this rhythmic style of the song, but might remind a little bit of Blood of Kingo from De Profundis, if somebody remembers that one.
Absolutely.
This kind of like is just slowly going on forwards. You know, that's that kind of albums. There's not too many of such in Vader discography. There's few, but I think this one, this style, this kind of songs, that one broke by Spider, created by Spider, was not like kind of standard, you know, for Vader.
Oh, it's that one's another one that smokes. It's a great tune. I love it. And then track 6 and Satan Wept.
And Satan Wept, that's my song, and that's some combination. It's one of those I created in England when we were recording. I had the first part done before. The first part of the main track, the introduction, and the rest. Actually, I combined during the recordings, because after I record the first part, I immediately get that idea. Just this is a split in a moment. Sometimes when you record, you get the idea is you have to release right now. And so I made that intro for the song plus some instruction in the middle. And this is one of those passages. This main part, and with this kind of weird part, like for singing, because the guitars actually, they like wandering in like a higher points, higher notes when the vocal is going on still. So this is for Vader, it's not typical, and so it might be something different, but. You know, when I was composing that song, this was pretty natural. I got that feeling, I got that riff, so I mixed that with some other, and after I got the whole thing, after I listened to the whole thing, I still saw that I need to add something, so I added the intro for that, and that was like the way of creation of that one, actually. And Sin Web, you know, all about God and the philosophy and the God who created, for whom the humanity, in that story, humanity was kind of experiment, you know, that failed, and the Satan is a speaking guy. It's like a what's the name? The English name for that narrative person, speaking person. He's telling the story, actually. It's like a first person in that song.
It's my favorite track on the album. I love it. It's so good.
All right.
And then tracks. Yeah, it's that one's great, Peter. I love that one. That's my favorite track on the record. I love it. Track 7, Emptiness.
Emptiness, same like what was the third one?
Despair.
Despair was one of those I used on EP, The Messenger. And actually, first, I wanted to keep that song on the EP, because actually the Emptiness is the song that supposed to be released on the Empire album.
Okay.
enough song collected on the album, so that main riff and that main part of the songs I left for the next release. And of course, it's supposed to be an album, Southern Madness. But after we recorded Die Messenger EP. So first, I wanted to keep that one together with the opening track, Grand Deceiver, just for that release. But finally, after I saw what's going on in Solid Madness, actually this album started to be kind of solid and too solid in the structure of the song. I forced actually myself just to keep that one on the album, just to make it a different feel, you know. This song is so different, so after the whole part until then, you get this kind of breath, you know, taking a breath for the listener. For a moment, of course, but still. So, song written by Harry Mott as well, and absolutely different first because it starts with lead. It's so melody, and the main riff is pretty much kind of thrash metal, even heavy metal kind. And this marching ting ting down ting ting down. This is like iconic metal riff, you know.
Right.
Of course, with some, it's not. It's just in one of those million options of that one, but still, you know. And I think that was good just to give such a feel on the album. Without that, it would sound too solid and, you know, too one stylish, you know.
Right.
If you know what I mean.
Exactly. That's a killer track. I love it. And then track 8, Final Declaration.
That's one of those very old school Vader tracks. I got that main riff I kept, you know, for years, you know. I really forgot about that, you know. And I was just searching, browsing, you know, my computer, and actually by mistake, I found them. And I just decided to use that for that song. I composed the whole song on that riff, of course. I love that tempo change in the middle as well, and that makes also this whole song in the old style, you know. And this is easy in play, actually. This is not much complicated riff, but that makes the song so old feeling, you know, and that's why I like it so much. You know, definitely play this one on stage. Would be much fun for the band and for fans as well. I'm sure about that.
Have you all played Final Declaration live yet?
No, same theme. The close theme, like Sanctification Denied, and just like a little bit soul from different point, you know, but also typical for a theme, you know.
Right.
Like religion and God, you know, and human's religion and the meaning of it.
Exactly. And then track 9, Dancing in the Slaughterhouse.
This one is supposed to be a song which we recorded for a special release. There is a band, the metal rock band in Poland called Acid Drinkers. It's pretty famous locally, and Poland is one of the most important band, you know, starting in the 90s. And they play more varied. This is not the typical metal band. They so much rock and roll influenced guys, and we are friends for years. And they were about to release a tribute album with the covers recorded by friends, you know, by other bands. You know, some of those bands got nothing with metal. They're totally not connected with any like a stronger music. So we choose that song because it fits totally for Vader. So playing something different, we can still like keep the spirit, you know.
Right.
And after we recorded that, and it sounds so much like thrash riff from 80s, you know. And so we just decided to keep that cover on the album as a permanent part of that. And I think it's a good decision because it's a very good song, you know. It's a good cover, and it might be interesting also for all those people around that know nothing about the band Acid Drinkers, but this is really important, and maybe
this song will make him just to find more about the band and just take a look on some other releases, some other songs like recorded by Ace Drinkers. It's worth it, just to give him a chance.
Absolutely, that's really cool. Yeah, I'm not familiar with them. I'll have to check them out. And then let's see here, track 10, "Stigma of Divinity."
"Stigma of Divinity" it's like a first one, and it's like Spirit. This is typical, especially for this album. It's typical, very short, very blasting. It's probably the fastest song on the album, and that's my song about it. Stigma of Divinity is also like a divine feelings and the same theme, short but deadly. That's I think the best expression for that one.
It's a burner too. It's a killer track, Peter. And then the final track, track 11, "Bones."
Bones, it became kind of classic for Vader that the last song is one of those slowest or slower, and the same on Solid Madness. The Bones is the slowest songs on the album, and but he keeps that spirit, of intensity, just slower. And this is going to be the third single as well. We choose that one because it's different and because it crones the album, and should be released right before the whole album's going to be out.
Okay.
Not typical for the album, definitely, but worthy of giving a chance, for fans. And this is one of those songs easy to play on stage, but this will be definitely one of those favorite from the album for fans. I'm sure about that, because I am a fan of metal, and I got that feeling, as well, being a fan of metal,
Absolutely. And real quick, I wanted to ask you, I love the cover art. Can you talk a little bit about the cover art real quick?
Wes Van Score, of course. We were cooperating in '95 when Wes created beautiful artwork for our second album cover, Dapper Fundies, and I lost contact with him for many years, and we refreshed the contact around a year ago, and of course I had to ask him if he's interested to create the cover art for the upcoming new Vader album, and he liked the idea. I loved that, of course. And in the meantime, I used one of his great works as a cover for the Messenger EP. But all after, when we were already in the studio, I was keep sending him some ideas, like tracks, like words, and after I got some songs done, but they were still rough tracks, I sent him just for inspiration. I didn't want to give him any details about the lyrics is the best inspiration for everybody. So Wes, this is his imagination about the title and about the album, music and words. So enjoy. I love that because it got that old school feel, and it's pretty much great connected with the music, in my opinion.
The artwork, for me personally, I think it's some of the best artwork you guys have had in a long time. I mean, I love Vader. You're one of my favorite bands, but the new album artwork, when I saw it, because I hadn't seen it, they had sent me a digital thing to listen to the record, but my God, Peter, he knocked it out of the park. I think the artwork is sick. I love it.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, man. Thank you. Well, look, I can't thank you enough for doing this today.
To Massacre for that, actually.
Well, it's beautiful, man. It's a beautiful album cover. The album is amazing. It's available May 1st. It's the 16th album from Vader, Solitude and Madness. Peter, I can't thank you enough for taking the time to do this with me today.